up some barbecue for you. T-Roy's chilling in the backyard grilling, showing you that you can cook it too. Always with a beer or whiskey, but he cooks responsibly.
Hey everybody, welcome to T-Roy Cooks. I appreciate you joining us. Harry Sue recently showed us over at Baby Back Maniac's house how to cook brisket hot and fast. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to go detailed with it, show you exactly how you can cook, well, I've got a 15-pound brisket, but cook your brisket hot and fast in 5 hours on your Weber Smokey Mountain. And I've got some guests joining me today. Y'all stick around for that. They're going to be doing some cooking on my Lone Star Grill. But we're going to focus on that brisket on the Weber Smokey Mountain. Let me go get it trimmed up for you. We'll meet you right back, folks. Y'all stick around. Alright guys, as you can see, I got my first guest here arrived, Chef Johnny from Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine on YouTube. I'll put a link for his channel up here. Y'all be sure and go show him some love. How you doing, Johnny?
Hey, I'm doing great, Troy. I tell you what, but it is good to be here. Good to see you in person.
It is. It's
We've talked. We've talked on Google Hangouts, and we've texted and we've called, but first time in person, so it's great to be here today.
It is. It's cool, man. Real cool. Glad you're here, man. We're going to do some cooking today, aren't we?
I tell you what, we got some brisket going, hot and fast. We've got James bringing in some ribs. I got a couple of side dishes, so
nice.
we're gonna eat good.
We are. We always eat good when we have a good time. I'm going to show you guys how to set up the Weber Smokey Mountain for that hot and fast brisket. All right, folks. First thing Harry Sue said is if you're using wood chunks, put your wood chunks in the bottom. All right, we're going to go on with some cherry here. And brisket's a nice heavy piece of meat, big roast, so you can use a good bit of wood if you want. Now I'm going on with some, this is some oak lump. I'm going to go in there with all the oak lump. Load it up, folks, load it up. All right, and I'm going to reserve some to put in the chimney so we can get a fire going. And the whole purpose of this, when we did it with Harry, we used a barbecue guru, the DigiQ, and closed all the vents on the bottom and just used the DigiQ to maintain the heat. And we used the Professional Series Kingsford briquettes, the charcoal briquettes, to get the heat really, really hot, because you want to cook this about 400 degrees for the first 2 hours until the bark sets. I don't have a barbecue guru. Actually, I do, but I'm not hooking it up. So we're going to use a lump. And that should provide enough heat for us to maintain that 400 degrees for at least 2 hours. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you where I'm going to put these coals. Instead of the minion method, we're going all over. Just like that. I'm going to put this together. We'll bring the brisket out as soon as this thing gets up to about 400 degrees. All right, folks, it's been about 20 minutes or so, and you can see we're holding 400 now. Top vent's wide open. All three bottom vents are wide open. If it goes up 25 degrees or goes down 25 degrees, I'm not concerned about it. As long as it's close to 400, we're good. And it is 10:08. Let's see how long this thing takes to cook. It is it's a 15 and a half pound brisket. And no water pan, okay, folks? Water pan is out, not in here. We're going fat side down. And I've got Harry Sue's beef rub on here, and that's all. I didn't put any binder or anything, so we're going to put the lid back on. And every 15 minutes, we're going to rotate the grill grate 15 or 90 degrees. So we'll show that for you here in a little bit. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, it's been 15 minutes. Again, we're just going to rotate this 90 degrees. That's going to help keep the bottom from being in one hot spot. It's going to rotate it around. It's going to be more even cooking. Every 15 minutes, go ahead and give her a spin. We'll bring y'all back in a little while. Alright guys, it's been another 15 minutes. Time for a second rotation. Just remember which way you're rotating, because you know sometimes you forget. I'm going clockwise. There we go. And if it starts looking a little bit dry, here in about another 30 minutes or so, I might start spritzing it. But every 15 minutes, go for 2 hours like that. After 2 hours, the bark should be set, and at that point we'll wrap it. So I'll bring y'all back when we get closer to wrapping. Alright guys, we've been going an hour and a half. As you can see, we're still holding right at about 400. Looking good. Time to rotate. And I think at an hour and a half in, it is also time to spritz. I don't know if you can tell, cooking it hot and fast like this, the brisket actually swells up. It's just beef broth, folks. That's all I'm using, beef broth.
Did you put a wood chuck underneath?
No, I didn't. It's just.
So it's bolted on its own.
It is. But
wow.
This is a Costco prime brisket, and like I said, if it were flat down here and pooling a little liquid,
Right.
which will hurt your bark, I would throw a wood chunk under that section so it'll make the wood, so the water or juice will roll off.
So you look at that brisket right now and you look at it and go, oh, that thing's been on there about 7 or 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
It's got that color to it.
It's an hour and a half. But it's really odd. I mean, you can actually see this if you go back and look when I first put it on. It wasn't puffed up like this. It actually puffs up during this hot and fast cook. It kind of swells up. All right, everything's getting on fire down there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid back on it. We'll be back in a little bit when we wrap it, folks. All right, folks, as you can see, we're still holding 400. It has been 2 hours on the dot. Time to take this brisket off, and we're gonna wrap it in some heavy-duty aluminum foil. What the bottom looks like. Okay, you don't mind taking that inside for me, Johnny? Appreciate it, man. Now, for the cooker, we need to lower the temp down. So we're going in with the water pan, no water, just putting the water pan in. Grill grate back on so we can sit the brisket on something. Put the lid back on. Now, I'm going to lower the temperature by closing the bottom vents about halfway and see if we can get down to about 275 or 300. If I need to adjust it a little further, I will, but 275 to 300 is what you're looking for. All right, folks, we got down to about 300. That took about 20-25 minutes. As you can see, I wrapped the brisket foil, the shiny side inside, and we're still going fat side down. Since the water pan's in there, there's no need to rotate this any further. Just going to let that baby cook to 275, and between 275 and 300 for the remainder of the cook, which should be another 3 hours or so. We'll start probing for tenderness after a couple of hours. All right, Brother James.
All right.
Let me. I'll get the lid for you. Brother James, he's going to check the temp on this. Not the temp, but the feel for this brisket by doing a little poke test on it. And just so you know, it's 30. Hang on. It is 3:06 p.m. So this has been right at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. I thought it felt good about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the way that feels.
That's been 5 hours on the smoker. Actually 4.5 hours because we waited almost a half an hour while the Weber Smokey Mountain dropped from 400 to 275.
Yeah. I think this thing is done.
Okay.
And the people are wondering, the temp is like 209, 210.
Okay. That's
but
the flat.
Yeah, and the flat, and it's actually pretty much the same thing in the point.
Okay.
So I mean, it's pretty even all the way across, but I think it feels tender to me. And that's what you want to go by more than the temp.
Right.
The temp is just a guideline, but
Yeah, definitely the feel.
yeah, feel is probably 90% of it. So I think this bad boy is done.
Cool.
Then we need to pull it off, let it rest for a little while.
Yeah, we're going to pull it off. I'm actually going to peel the foil away and just let some of that heat escape from it because I don't want it to overcook. And once it gets down to about 170 or 165 internal, then at that point we can slice into it.
Yeah.
We'll meet y'all
All that
inside.
burp in it.
Yeah. We'll meet y'all back when it's ready to slice. All right, guys. We're ready to cut this brisket up. And we decided we're going to do some burn ends, right, James?
That's right.
We are. And Johnny, appreciate you being here. Brother James. Y'all check out their channels. Links will be in the description. Just hit show more down below. Brother James, I'll give you the honor. You got the knife. You mind slicing up some brisket?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We got it. Let's go.
All right, let's get this brisket separated. We got the flat up top, the point on the bottom. We're gonna separate this. You just take your knife, it'd like easily glide right through that fat to separate the flat from the point. Just like that.
This brisket smells heavenly, y'all.
Yeah, so this is a flat here where your slices will come from. This is where your burn-ins will come from, which is what we're about to make.
Yes.
So we're going to take this flat and just put it aside for now. Just kind of get it out of the way. And this point here, we're going to slice it up. You said you wanted a slice out of this, didn't you?
I did. I want one slice so we can taste it, and then we're gonna cube it to make some burn ends.
Well, perfect, because I got to cut some of this off anyway.
Okay, cool. Yes.
So
A little bit of the flat, maybe.
exactly. That's
Okay.
that's exactly why.
Yeah.
So that's probably good there.
Sweet.
So
Yeah, let's give that a try.
That's good. Yeah, we're gonna eat that.
No kidding, man.
I don't
My
even
mouth's
have to- I don't even
salivating
have to cut
right
it,
now.
it just cuts right apart.
Slice that in half, both
All right.
of those. Oh yeah, man.
Right there.
There you go. Cheers,
You know,
guys.
I'm gonna take this part right here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
So beefy.
Man,
Tender.
I tell you, that's good stuff.
It's got a nice smoke flavor too.
It does.
God, it's so good.
Really nice.
I'm gonna just cube this up.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to go about
Another little slice too.
an inch
Oh man.
cubes.
If you keep cutting, we'll keep eating.
No kidding, man. I'll take this piece right here.
Let's do this here. We're gonna take this, turn it sideways,
Man.
cut some cubes out of this.
Can't wait to try that.
I'm not putting very much pressure at all on this knife, and it's cutting like right through it.
Butter.
Yeah. So
Okay, now cut this in half again so we can eat it. There you go.
you know, I don't even gotta cut it. Just pull it.
Okay.
It's
cool.
that tender. Look at that. It's
There you
that
go. I
tender.
got the bigger half though.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
It's
cool.
tender.
Oh my God, that's good.
All right, so we got this, the brisket point chopped up into some burn ends. Take them, place them in a pan here. So the first rub that we're gonna go with is this Kosmos Q cow cover. We're gonna dust it with some of this. This rub is great on beef.
Sure is. That's why almost half of it's gone. I've been using that, man. That's good stuff.
Darren, you got a good product here, brother.
Sure enough.
The next rub we're going to use this is Kosmos Q Texas Beef Rub. These two rubs together, I think, are a great combination. We used it on some beef ribs that we're going to try here in just a little while. And these two rubs are just really, really good together. So next we're going to sauce them with some Head Country Apple Habanero.
That's good stuff, y'all.
It is. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give your people a little secret,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give your people, Johnny, a little secret. You guys don't tell anybody, though. I'm gonna tell you this.
Y'all be quiet.
But this, I don't even know how I should say it. This is a rub I use in competition. This is a sauce that I use in competitions.
Oh yeah?
This exact sauce, Head Country Apple Habanero.
You heard it here first, folks.
God's honest truth. So, I probably shouldn't say that, but you know what? If you guys follow me, you know I like to give you guys tips and tricks and, you know, help you guys out any way I can. So,
Yeah. Help them up their game.
yeah, it's cool. This is one that I use on my brisket in competitions. And
It's some good sauce too.
on my ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, really, it goes great with beef, great with pork. It's just some good stuff. So we're gonna get these tossed in the sauce and get them back on the pit. But you guys, don't tell anybody what I just told you. All right,
That's right.
seriously,
Just between us.
just between all 100,000 of us. Over.
Now, because we want to get some more bark on the outsides of this, which is why we're doing the rubs and the sausage, not sausage. We're not going to cover this, right? We're just
No,
gonna put it on the pit
right,
like this,
right. We're gonna put it right on the pit.
and that way the
and-
smoke from the pit will get in there and put a bark a little bit around the outside, and crisp it up.
Right, this sauce will caramelize.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It just kind of depends on how that, what temp we're running the pit at. But you know, I'm reckoning a good 30, 45 minutes maybe.
Maybe
If
an
that.
hour.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We may have to go get in the pool and just let it hang out for an hour.
we have other meats.
Because it's hot. Yeah, plus we have
we
other
got
stuff.
other things
We got
to eat.
ribs and stuff to cook too.
right, all right,
Or
so-
to taste. And Johnny over here, he did some baked beans and some potato salad to go with all this. I think the only thing we're missing is a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
You don't need bread. I don't need bread.
I don't need. Yeah.
Good gosh, that's good. Anyway,
Can you trust him, or do you have to see if he's telling
you
the
can
truth?
taste test.
I trust James. James knows what good stuff is.
That's good stuff.
All right, we're gonna take this back outside, get it on the pit. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really good. All right, so we've got the brisket flat. We're gonna slice into it and I don't know. We'll just see what it looks like.
I'm gonna zoom in. Fifi, you can't have none yet,
You
girl.
can get up here, Fifi.
He's like, where's Fifi?
I know, right? Girl,
She
nice
messing
barbecue.
around.
She's a barbecue hound. There you
Well, it
go.
gets better as I get. Those are right at the end. Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
gonna kind of since the end is thinner, they usually tend to flake up a little more. But as you get further into the flat, you can see it holds together better, and tends to be more juicier.
I know, right?
All right,
You
so
tell Brother James. That's glistening right there, James.
Yeah.
I know I saw that out, so I pulled it out.
Oh yeah, baby.
And it's tender. So
Let's cut some and eat it, man.
let's do it, man.
Shoot.
We're just talking, but we can
I
eat.
know. All right, I'm gonna get one.
You
of
know
these.
it's a wide angle lens. Got
Take it all three of us.
Cheers, man.
I remember this time. I didn't act like the hog.
Good job, man.
That's good.
It's good, but actually, I think it could use a little bit more rub.
You know what we didn't do? We have that au jus over there.
That's true.
Dip it.
Yeah.
That's what actually, you know what, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab this au jus
Okay.
and kind of show you
Hang it on
what
there?
we would do in a competition.
All right.
Really quickly. So we put this au jus in a grease separator.
Yep.
And
There we go.
actually should have poured some of it out.
Okay, we can do that too.
Just in like a small cup because the grease is gonna be on top. There you go. Yeah, just pour some out. There you go. That's perfect. So in a competition, normally, like I would take that au jus and put it in a pan, and I would take my slices, take about 4 at a time, dip them in the au jus, dab them on a paper towel, and then put them in the turn-in box. But in this, for tonight, we're just gonna dab it on here. And what that does is when that au jus is hot or it's warm, so it helps keep the slices warm as it's waiting at the turn-in table. But it also adds, there's a ton of flavor in here. You have the rub, the fat that's rendered out, the beef broth. There's just so much flavor in this au jus.
And a sheen. It's going to put a sheen on that too.
That's
So
true,
when the
yeah.
judges see it, it's going to have a little shininess to it. Because remember, you eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when they see it, it's got that little sheen to it. And
Good point.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, let's
Try this
some
again.
up. Yeah, we'll cut some up and
Do a retake.
you'll taste the difference
Okay.
from the first bite that you took
All right.
compared to.
It does look a lot better.
it does. See that light?
Yeah, I mean, there's
see
just
that
so
light-
much-
You
It's
see that light
automatically
bouncing off
gonna-
of it?
It's automatically gonna taste better, right?
Yeah, there's just so much flavor in this au jus. That compared to the first bite.
It's better.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
That's what it's missing.
Yeah, so normally when I cook a brisket, like for a catering gig or something, I always take the au jus, and after I slice it up and put it in the pan, I'll take the au jus and pour it right over.
It's like liquid gold right there, man.
We call that black gold.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah. And any that's left over,
Uh-huh.
I'll save it for the next competition. The next competition when I'm cooking a brisket, instead of adding beef broth, I add this. There's already beef broth in here, but there's tons of flavor from the rub to the fat that's rendered out. You know, this is just black.
Just
gold.
it multiplies. It multiplies.
All right.
You know?
Yeah. If you taste this compared to regular beef broth, this is gonna have a lot more flavor. So that's why I normally will save it and use that for the next brisket cook.
Good point.
Good stuff.
And there's
Oh, yeah.
it's good.
You just hang out and just keep that around all the time. Dip assorted things into.
For sure. Dude, that's jamming.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, I'm digging that. Yeah,
Man,
big
we
time
did
thumbs
good,
up.
man.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Couldn't have done it without you.
There you go. That moral support I gave today.
That's right, man. That's right. All right, guys, there you have it. Folks, we actually did the beef ribs and the burnt ends on my live chat, my live feed tonight. So y'all go check that out if you hadn't already. Sorry, James. But I got to thank these guys, Brother James, Amy McClain Smokers, Brother Johnny from Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Y'all go check out their channels, show them some love. I'd appreciate it. I'm sure they would as well. Anything y'all got to say? I mean, it's some great barbecue we had today.
We did. Great pleasure to meet y'all face to face.
Yeah,
Without
good
a doubt.
times.
Yeah, and
First
it's always a
time.
pleasure hanging out with Brother Troy. We do it often, so it's always a pleasure to be here, and then to have Brother Johnny join us. You know, it's just made it even better. So
It was a great day.
yeah, it was
A lot of fun.
It was
a lot of
definitely
fun.
a
Good
pleasure
food,
hanging out.
good fellowship.
Look forward to hanging out with y'all
Yeah,
again.
we're gonna do it again.
So, folks, appreciate y'all joining. Y'all give me some thumbs up. Again, show these guys some love. Links are down below in the description box if you're not familiar with them. Hope y'all share the video. When you do, please tell all your friends that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.